Has your son been clinically diagnosed with a mental illness?
Yes, he has.
Okay, is he medicated? Is he on medication?
Yes, he's on his medication.
What has he been clinically diagnosed with?
Yes.
What has he been clinically diagnosed with?
Schizophrenia and Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome,
Okay,
yes.
all right. Does he have any criminal record whatsoever?
None whatsoever. He's been picked up several times because they harass him for walking down the street. They want to know who he is. The whole neighborhood would come out and tell them who he is. And I think this the only way they could single him out is take him to the park and take over on him.
And what was the law enforcement report? What accusation did they level against him? Why did they stop him?
What charges did they make on him?
Yes.
Ex-attorney.
I'd like to have the attorney tell you the charges.
They originally had about 6 different charges, including an assault on a peace officer, which was a false charge, and they dropped it. Now it's a PC 69 felony resisting arrest for someone who couldn't have possibly resisted when he was in handcuffs from the start.
Did he, because of his clinical issues, did he attack them and they, or was he totally subdued, or was he submissive? Or obviously because he doesn't know, maybe perhaps to be that way. Tourette syndrome, people with that diagnosis can be a little aggressive. Was that the case?
Our witnesses have all indicated that Barry didn't attack anyone.
Can I say something?
Just really quick, yeah, sure, of course. We have a photograph of Barry's hands. Okay, originally the officer claimed that that he was struck and bleeding. The photograph that we have of this particular deputy, and if you look at the ground, all the blood, that's Barry's blood. It's not his.
We've been out here for these stories several times in the last several days, and we've got obviously the issue in St. Louis right now. In your estimation, does it appear that these officers have it out for black men? Are they just willfully attacking black men out here? Or do you think they're provoked to attack?
I would not limit it to black men. I would limit it to any minorities that are in this area, and we happen to be in an area that is populated with minorities, Latinos and African Americans. But it's an abusive environment that we're dealing with here. But it's now the abuse that I'm referring to is not from gang members and bad kids or bad people. I'm talking about the sheriffs, law enforcement, including the school police that are working and that are patrolling in this area. These particular park police, we're informed that the sheriff's deputies that were involved here used to be Compton City Park Police. These were city employees. They were taken over when Baca didn't pay attention on his big hiring spree. He took them lock, stock, and barrel, and of course he was asleep at the switch, which we know about generally in the way he was carrying out his duties. So we've got a lot of bad officers here that are engaged in these sorts of activities, and they're allowed through this department right now that apparently is like a headless horseman. They're allowed to roam the streets of Compton and neighboring areas and basically either shoot first, beat first, hit first, and then maybe if we're lucky, if we get the NAACP involved, maybe they ask questions later. No suspension, as far as we know, there's been no activities. We've been told basically nothing, and several of these officers have actually been seen parked in front of Barry's home as if they're staking out the home, treating him like a common criminal along with his family. They're also harassing our witnesses in the area and intimidating them, making sure that people don't come forward. I'm asking, apparently there are other videotapes that exist. We're asking people to anonymously find a way to get those videos, put them up on YouTube. Everyone knows about this incident that's in the area. Post the video.